This conference will
After
now be recorded.
after a full length of inspiration. Okay. And what is forced vital capacity? What is forced vital capacity? Amount of air expelled out of the lungs in total expiration. అంటే ఫస్ట్ సెకండ్ కాదు టోటల్ అంటే మాక్సిమం కెపాసిటీ. అండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ టోటల్ లంగ్ కెపాసిటీ? TLC.
Total volume of air after forced inspiration.
What is TLC? Okay, what is residual volume?
Volume of air present in lungs after forced expiration.
Good. So all these things will get reduced. Say because of pneumoconiosis, lung fibrosis will occur and reduction of capacity to do work is also seen. And what are the factors involved are, it depend upon the chemical composition of a dust and size of the dust. Dust size should be 0.5 to 3 microns in size, and that depend upon the concentration of dust in the air and period of exposure to the particular dust and health status of the person. These are the factors involved in the occurrence of pneumoconiosis. So chemical composition means it may be asbestosis, silicosis, or whatever. Dust size, it should be range between 0.5 to 3 microns. And if the concentration of dust in the air is more, definitely the occurrence of pneumoconiosis will be high, directly proportional. And period of exposure, length of exposure is directly proportional to the pneumoconiosis, occurrence of pneumoconiosis. And health status of the person, definitely healthy person have a less chance of occurrence of pneumoconiosis compared to ill health. Okay, there is no cure. See, because dust is already deposited in the lungs of a patient, so it is impossible to remove the dust. So only thing is we can prevent it. Coming to classification of dust, inorganic dust and organic dust. Inorganic dust includes coal dust, silica, asbestosis, iron, anthracosis, silicosis. Coal dust will cause anthracosis, silica will cause silicosis, and asbestos will cause asbestosis, cancer lung, and iron will cause siderosis. The most common is asbestosis here, and the most common dust will cause cancer is silicosis, mesothelioma. So most common cancer is, most common cause of a pneumoconiosis is asbestosis, and most common pneumoconiosis leads to cancer is silicosis. Organic vegetables are cane fiber will cause bagasosis, cotton dust, bisonosis, tobaccosis, and hay or grain dust will cause farmer's lung. Coming to silicosis, major cause of pneumoconiosis, and it will cause permanent disability and mortality. Inhalation of dust containing free silica or silicon dioxide will cause silicosis, and it was first reported in Kolar gold mines, that is in 1947. Those who are involved in mining industry, pottery, ceramic industry, sandblasting, metal grinding, building and construction work, rock mining, and iron and steel industry are having a high chance of getting pneumoconiosis. What is sandblasting? What is sandblasting? See, by using sand at high pressure, they will remove the rust and all the substances, rust and damaged iron particles. By using sandblasting, they can clean the remaining iron. For example, a rail track baga rust pattin ankondi. So by with the help of high pressure sand machine, no, danni akkada pette aa rust anta vellipotundi. So in that sandblasting also, they are high chance of getting pneumoconiosis, that is silicosis. Prevalence in mica mines of Bihar is 34.2%, and in ceramic industry is 15.7%. See, forget about this. See, first slide lo meeku already cheppanu, it depends upon the size of a dust particle and period of exposure. Definitely, if the period of exposure is more than 6 years, there is a high chance of occurrence, 99% of getting pneumoconiosis. And again, coming dust size, 0.5 to 3 micron size of particle size will cause pneumoconiosis. What is the pathophysiology behind the pneumoconiosis? Modular fibrosis. Fibrosis వస్తే ఖచ్చితంగా that is pneumoconiosis అని చెప్పొచ్చు. And the next clinical symptoms, coming to clinical symptoms, it is very slow onset. It will cause irritant cough, dyspnea on exertion, chest pain, and impairment of total lung capacity. X-ray of chest shows snowstorm appearance. Silicosis will show snowstorm appearance. S for S, silicosis and snowstorm appearance. There is less chance of occurrence of silicotuberculosis. And how you will prevent this? See, preventive measures annitiki common, but for every dust control, for every dust causing pneumoconiosis, these preventive measures are very common. I mean, rigorous dust control measures include substitution of particular dust. For example, silica use chestam anukondi, for example sand blasting ki, search for other dust particle kada, other thing to use for the usage of sand blasting kaakunda inkedaina, for example hydroblasting. Instead of using sand, they will use water for the same purpose. So complete enclosure, isolation hydroblasting, that's what I said. Instead of using sand blasting, they can go for isolation hydroblasting. Hydroblasting is nothing but same. Instead of sand, they will use water in the same pipes under high pressure for the cleaning purpose. So same thing, good housekeeping, personal protective measures. These are the rigorous dust control measures. Personal protective measures like this: PPE, mask, and regular physical examination of workers. That is, before joining into the work, they should get examined, and after every 3 months interval, they should get examined for the particular test, pulmonary function test ఖచ్చితంగా చేయాలి. And it's a notifiable disease under Factories Act 1948 and Mines Act 1942, and that's a bit. Coming to anthracosis. Anthracosis is nothing but deposition of coal dust in the lung. It is also known as coal miners pneumoconiosis, and it will occur in 2 phases: simple phase and the progressive massive phase. Simple pneumoconiosis and progressive massive fibrosis. In simple, definitely రెండిట్లో కూడా lung ventilatory impairment జరుగుతుంది, but in simple pneumoconiosis somewhat reversible. Coming to progressive massive fibrosis, it is irreversible, and it is a notifiable disease under Mines Act. Bicyanosis, inhalation of cotton fiber dust over a long periods. Any lung pneumoconiosis will cause chronic cough, dyspnea, chronic bronchitis, emphysema. These are all the common things for every pneumoconiosis, and prevalence is 7 to 8% in textiles industry of Bombay, and it is also common in farmers, those who are working in cotton farm. Bagasosis. Bagasosis is nothing but inhalation of sugarcane dust or bagasse. See, bagasse is utilized in the manufacture of paper coat board and rayon. It was first reported in Ganguly and Paul in 1955. See, most common pathological agent is Thermoactinomyces acari. It was present in sugarcane. Most common habitat danki. See, bagasosis will cause breathlessness, cough, hemoptysis, slight fever, acute diffuse bronchiolitis, X-ray of chest shows mottling in lung fluids, and impairment of lung function. If treated, it will resolve. If untreated, definitely it will leads to emphysema and bronchiectasis. Prevention of bagasosis: dust control, wet process. I mean, wetting of the surfaces, and it should be done in enclosed apparatus. There should be an exhaust ventilation for controlling of bagasosis. Personal protective like masks and respirators. You know very well about Masks, those who are having valves and not presence of absence of valves. Masks మీకు ఆల్రెడీ హెచ్ఓడి సార్ చెప్పారు అనుకుంటాను. See, it is better to use these types of masks, valve లేనివి, to prevent community spread. So coming to bugzosis, another one is medical control. I already చెప్పాను, initial medical examination and periodical medical checkups for every 3 months interval. And how to control the bugzosis is improve the moisture content about 20%. And moisture content increases, the settling of dust in the surface will be more, so it will be very easy to remove the dust. And the next one is spraying with the 2% propionic acid, that is a fungicide, to destroy Thermoactinomyces sacchari. Coming to asbestosis, asbestos is nothing but silicates of magnesium, iron, calcium and sodium and aluminum. There are two types of asbestosis, that is serpentine variety and amphibole variety. Serpentine variety is most common thing and it contains 90% of magnesium. Coming to amphibole, magnesium is content is little, very less. Coming to again amphibole, these are of three types: crocodylite, that is blue color; amosite, that is brown color; and anthophyllite, that is white color. See, and the next one is the fibers, those are present in the lungs of a pneumoconiosis patient who is suffering from asbestosis. The fibers length range from 20 to 500 microns in the length, and diameter is 0.5 to 50 microns. And used in the manufacture of definitely asbestos cements lo use chestaru, fireproof textiles lo, roof tiling, brake lining and gaskets lo use chestaru. Those who are working in these areas, more chance of occurrence of asbestosis. In coming to our state, Kadapa, asbestos ekku akkada, and sometimes mostly that's why people are like India is importing the asbestos from all these countries, Russia, Canada, USA and South Africa, to reduce asbestosis here. See, inhalation pneumoconiosis antene inhalation tarvata vachede fibrosis, respiratory insufficiency untundi, carcinoma of bronchus, mesothelioma. Mesothelioma is also common in silicosis, most common here akkada. And cancer of GI tract kuda is common in coal dust, anthracosis. Asbestosis, and these are the it was happened these three situations. See, UK an association between mesothelioma, and it was a study take place in UK, and they proved that there is an association between the mesothelioma and the asbestosis. And those who are exposed for higher period of exposure, cigarette smoking kanna bronchial cancer deentlo kuda most higher risk ekku untundi. Those who are having higher habit of cigarette smoking and exposure to the asbestosis, still more higher chances of getting bronchial cancer. And coming to mesothelioma, asbestosis lo crocodylite variety ki most common. See, comparison asbestosis and silicosis. Asbestosis will show diffuse fibrosis, silicosis will show nodular fibrosis, and asbestosis will occur at basal parts of lung, silicosis is upper parts of lung. As for silicosis and as for snowstorm appearance, asbestosis will show ground glass appearance. Clinical features: dyspnea, clubbing of fingers, cardiac distress, cyanosis. These are all common in both the things. And coming to sputum shows asbestos bodies or asbestos fibers coated with fibrin in asbestosis. How to prevent the asbestosis? Use a safer type of asbestosis, that is chrysolite or amosite instead of crocodylite or anthophyllite. Substitution of other insulate glass fibers like mineral wool, calcium silicate, even use cheyachu. Rigorous dust control measures like substitution, isolated hydroblasting, use of PPEs, prevention and periodical examination of workers, and biological monitoring, clinical X-ray, lung function test. Ivanni kuda periodic examination of workers vastayi. And continue research. Is there any further chance of occurrence of any diseases? And So to know about that, you have to continue the research in the pneumoconiosis patients and those who are working in the dust industries. Coming to farmer's lung is nothing but inhalation of hay or grain dust. See, to occur farmer's lung, the moisture should be more than 30%. So this moisture will create the habitat for further growth of micropolyspora fini, and acute illness will cause general and respiratory symptoms and physical signs. Coming repeated attacks will cause pulmonary fibrosis and pulmonary diabetes, carp pulmonary. Thank you. Next coming to lead poisoning. Wait. See, next topic is lead poisoning. Coming to lead poisoning, see, this is most common exposure for the workers among all the metals. See, only metal industry lead poisoning is most common. Lead poisoning. See, most common type of poisoning among the metal poisonings. What is lead? Lead is a bluish gray metal and it's heavy metal, malleable and ductile. See, lead compounds are lead arsenate, lead oxide, lead carbonate and lead sulfide. Dangerous compound is lead arsenate. Okay, some properties, that is low boiling point and it is easily oxidized, it is anti-corrosive, it mixes with other metals easily to form alloys. That is why lead is using as a most common compound, and that's why most common type of metal causing poisoning. Atomic number of lead is 82 and atomic weight is 207.19. Uses of lead in it. Most common lead is used in batteries and is also glass manufacturing, shipbuilding, printing and potteries. Printing lo use chestaru, painting, rubber industries and painting lo use chestaru. And non-occupational sources of lead. Greatest source is gasoline. Petroleum industries lo use chestaru, and it is an exhaust from automobiles. Drinking water from lead pipes. Those who are using lead pipes for drinking water, they are also exposed to lead. Chewing lead paints on window sills or toys in case of children. Sometimes children had a habit of chewing the lead paints on the walls. See how the lead will get absorbed into our body. See, First method is inhalation, and the next one is injection, and the last one is through the skin. The most common method is inhalation, that is in the form of fumes and dust of lead in the industries. And the second most common is injection through food or drink, and through contaminated heart. Sometimes previously in Greece, they'll use the vessels can maintain made up of lead. So that is also other method. Previous method, previous in the history it was happened like that, but now nobody is using the vessels made from lead. Next one is least common and very less chance of poisoning, lead poisoning through this method, that is through skin, occurs only in inorganic compounds like tetraethyl lead. Those who are working in industries using tetraethyl lead as a compound, so there is chance of occurrence of lead poisoning there. Distribution. See, normally body stores of lead is 150 to 400 milligrams in adult population, and blood level range from 25 micrograms per 100 ml, and normal adult ingestion in our foods kani ekkadaina kani 0.2 to 0.3 milligrams lead per day we will ingest that. And how it will absorb? It will absorb through gut, enter the erythrocytes, transported to liver and kidneys, and finally transported to the bones. See, 90% of ingested is excreted in the fecus, in the stools. Clinical picture, there's a stippling of RBC, the basophilic stippling of red cells. So this is most common presentation. See, what is basophilic stippling? That is not, but basophils, that is blue color. Say dark blue colored pinhead size spots in the cytoplasm of RBC. It will look like basophils, those who are RBC. And blue line on the gums, Watsonian line, seen in 70% of cases due to the formation of lead sulfide. Blue line is due to lead sulfide. That is important. Blue line of the blue line responsible and okay, it is happened in the lead and lead. So what is the responsible? What is the possible agent response causing blue line in the gums of lead poisoning? So what is possible is that lead sulfide, lead chromate, lead arsenate. So choose lead sulfide. And the next common symptoms are abdominal colic and loss of appetite. See, abdominal colic and any metal poisoning, and again these two are common: abdominal colic and constipation, loss of appetite. Even in iron poisoning also. See, anemia is most common in lead. Wrist drop and foot drop also occurs in less than 10% of cases. And toxic effects of organic lead compounds are insomnia, headache, mental confusion causing encephalopathy. CVS and kidney will affect. So hypertension, chronic interstitial nephritis also common. These are very less common. So any severe cases reproductive system, this is common, and it was happened in the history. Greek countries law, those during the time they are using this thing, vessels made up of lead. So after most common observation is nothing but sterility in both the sexes, abortion and amenorrhea. Instead of these Bartonian lines, basophilic stippling undedi anta, then it was name got chadivindi naaku teliyadu. So most common observed things are during the time sterility and abortion. See, coming to laboratory investigations, lead in the blood and urine, presence of lead if it more than 70 micrograms per 100 ml, and it is associated with the clinical symptoms. See, this range is common. See, lead in the urine ent undali, normal range adi. If it is more than 0.8, lead exposure jariginattu or lead absorption jariginattu. So this range is meer guttupeట్టుకోవాల్సిన ఏంటంటే lead poisoning lo ivi Watsonian lines is due to lead sulfide. See, lead poisoning jaragalante, so to occur lead poisoning, amount of lead exposure and lead absorption should be lead in the urine should be more than 0.8. That is important. And blood level range, it should be more than 70 micrograms per 100 ml to occur clinical symptoms in the lead poisoning. So if you want to see the clinical symptoms in lead poisoning, the blood level range should be more than 70 micrograms per 100 ml. You want to see the lead exposure and lead absorption, the lead in the urine should be more than 0.8 milligrams per liter. That is important. And coming to carbofuran in the urine, that is also a screening test for the lead poisoning. ALA, aminolevulinic acid in the urine, if it exceeds more than 5 milligrams per liter, it indicates lead absorption. So, all except another lead poisoning. So, lead in the urine, lead exposure all of the following true statements regarding lead exposure. First option is lead in the urine, it should be more than 0.8 and blood level should be more than 70 micrograms per 100 ml, and ALA less than 5 milligrams per liter. Choose that option. So ALA should also be more than 5 milligrams per liter in case of lead absorption. So blood picture contains basophilic stippling. Common sensitive parameter is very sensitive. Even the toxic, poisoning is with less amounts also the basophilic stippling will occur. So sensitive parameter is basophilic stippling. And X-ray of long bones is chronic exposure to the particular lead. Lead జరిగినప్పుడే the X-ray of long bones and iliac crest shows opaque bands and lines. The acute poisoning లో stippling తీసుకుంటారు. Chronic poisoning వచ్చేటప్పటికి X-ray of long bones తీసుకుంటారు. Acute poisoning, how you will treat? Gastric lavage, demulcents, combination of British anti-leucate, calcium disodium, penicillamine, calcium chloride and calcium gluconate, peritoneal dialysis and EDTA. So these are the things used for the treatment of acute poisoning. Prevention, substitution, instead of using the lead, go for the less toxic materials. Isolation and segregation of harmful process. Okay, those process which are involving in the usage of lead, so our process to segregate okay, substitution, isolation and local exhaust ventilation to remove fumes, PPEs, personal protective equipments, respirators. Good housekeeping, wet sweeping of floors, benches and machines. So ikkada moisture increase chesina gaani, so we can remove the lead content in the atmosphere. This is in the working atmosphere, the lead concentration should be below 2 milligram percentage per 100 cubic meters of air. The periodic examination about this is mandatory for every poisoning and for every workers, those who are working in the respective industries like poisoning industry, metal industries. For example, periodic examination of workers, it should be before initial examination, before joining into the job, and after every 3 months interval, we have to examine the workers who are working in
plasma testosterone levels in males is 0.1 microgram.
volume తగ్గించండి చెప్పడానికి is not a live show. Examine the urinary lead, blood lead and red cell count, hemoglobin estimation, coproporphyrin test. Periodical ga cheyali. So in case of exposure to lead, average level of lead in blood and number of the people whose blood level exceeds 70. See, it was already explained. Those who are carrying 70 micrograms per 100 ml, definitely we can say that they are exposed to lead. Personal hygiene, coming to here, see there is a chance of absorption of lead through skin also. So here it is better to use gloves and better to hand wash before eating. That is important. And prohibition on taking food in workplaces, and educate the workers who are working in the industry about the risks involved in the lead industry and how to use personal protective measures. Thank you. See, next topic is occupational cancers. See, who is 99? 99. Rutvik is there? $99. Okay. Aditya. 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 Krishna Chaitanya. Nobody is there. Divya. Divya.
Yes, sir.
Divya.
Yes, sir. Divya.
See what pneumoconiosis అంటే చెప్పండి. What is pneumoconiosis? What you doing? See, ఎప్పుడు మీకు ఇంటర్నల్స్ ఎప్పుడు? May I know about that date?
August 10th, sir.
August?
10th.
August 1st.
14th, sir.
August 14th. Okay. See, what is pneumoconiosis? చెప్పాలమ్మా.
Inhalation of dust. Asbestos, silica, coal dust.
See, మీ ఇంట్లో మీ హౌస్ మేడ్ బ్రూమ్ స్టిక్ తో చిమ్ముతూ ఉన్నారా ఇంట్లోని? మీరు డస్ట్ తీసుకుంటారా? మీకు pneumoconiosis వచ్చినట్టేనా? See, that's what I said. Inhalation of dust is nothing but pneumoconiosis.
Silica. Coldest.
Types are there. See, what is pneumoconiosis? The basic definition. Pneumoconiosis అని ఎప్పుడు అంటారు?
Cough, inflammation.
Inflammation, coughing, and fibrosis.
ఓకే, మీరు ఎలా చెప్పారో తెలియదు కానీ చెప్పారు. ఓకే ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ సంధ్య. సంధ్య అమ్మా, ఇది ఈజ్ నాట్ లైవ్ కోర్ట్. ఇది కోర్టు కూడా కాదు. ఒకటోసారి, రెండోసారి, మూడోసారి. ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఇస్ ఆడిబుల్ ఓకే, నాట్ ఆడిబుల్ అది కూడా ఓకే. ఆడిబుల్ అయి మాట్లాడకపోతే ఓకే, యాక్సెప్ట్ చేస్తాను. అసలు వెళ్ళిపోతే మాత్రం ఐ డోంట్ యాక్సెప్ట్. ఐ కాల్ 3 times అంతే. ఓకే, what are the factors involved in the occurrence of pneumoconiosis?
Present, sir. Sandhya.
సరే, ఓకే, గుడ్. Present. See, what are the factors involved in the pneumoconiosis? Factors responsible for the occurrence of pneumoconiosis. Sandhya Yeguturi.
Yes, sir.
చెప్పమ్మా. pneumoconiosis రావాలంటే ఏ కారణాలు కావాలి? తెలుగులో ఇంకా నాకు
Fibrosis in coal workers.
That is pneumoconiosis. See, I am asking about the factors responsible for the occurrence of pneumoconiosis. What are the factors involved in the occurrence of pneumoconiosis? See, first one is chemical composition. Next one is size of the dust particle.
Concentration of dust in air.
Okay, good. Next one.
Period of exposure.
Next one.
Exposure.
Period of exposure. Next. Yeah, all the things about the dust. Something about the human beings, right? Health of the particular person who is exposing for the particular dust. So health status of the person. That is also okay.
Health status of the person.
Okay. Okay. Supriya. Supriya. ఒకటోసారి. Supriya. Nobody is there. Shravya Sunanda.
Sir.
Okay. Are you Supriya or Shravya?
Shravya Sunanda, sir.
You are not Shravya, you are Isha.
Thank you, sir, for identifying me.
I know your voice. Proxy. No,
Sir, ఏదో ప్రాబ్లం వల్ల అయింది సార్.
ఓకే, ప్రాబ్లం అయితే రాకూడదు కదా క్లాస్ కి. ఓకే,
అటెండెన్స్ కావాలి కదా సార్.
మీరు దీనికి ఆన్సర్ చేయండి. సో ఇట్ ఇస్ రికార్డింగ్. I asked about Shravya Sunanda and she is asked. ఎవరు
సార్? హెచ్ఓడి సార్ బానే ఉందా సార్? నేను జ్యోతి.
హెచ్ఓడి సార్
బానే ఉందా సార్?
ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ Durga Bhavani. What is Durga Bhavani? What is the classification of pneumoconiosis? Nobody is telling right. Okay, Roja. Sai Teja. Sai Teja.
Yes, sir.
What are the inorganic dust responsible for the occurrence of pneumoconiosis? Hi Teja.
Sir.
Inorganic dust ఏంటి?
Asbestos.
Inorganic, okay, asbestosis. Asbestosis because of asbestos. Okay, next one.
Asbestos. Silica.
Four agents are responsible for the occurrence of pneumoconiosis due to inorganic dust. First one is asbestos. Okay, good. Next one,
Silica.
silica. Next one,
Coal.
coal. Good. Next one, last one.
Iron.
Iron. Iron will cause.
Sir.
Iron will cause. ఏం కాస్ చేస్తుంది? asbestos will cause
Siderosis.
asbestos. Silica.
Siderosis.
Good, good. Next one. Gautami Setti. 107.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is silicosis?
Silicosis is caused by silica dust.
Okay, fine. So how do you prevent the silicosis, Andy?
Sir?
How you prevent the silicosis? Measures used for the prevention of silicosis. First one is substitution. See, instead of using this harmful thing, go for less toxic one. And the next one is complete enclosure of that particular area where we are working in the working. So next one is isolation. Isolation hydroblasting. And the next one is good housekeeping, personal protective measures, use of masks. Okay, repeat. మీరు చెప్పండి ఇప్పుడు. What are the measures useful for the prevention of silicosis?
Personal protection
చెప్పండి.
equipments.
Personal protective measures.
Good
Isolation
housekeeping.
hydroblasting.
Isolation
Good
hydroblasting.
housekeeping. Good,
Substitution
substitution and complete enclosure.
Complete
Okay. Okay, good. Next, Revant. Prashant. Prashant.
Sir.
Prashant, okay.
Sir,
good.
yes, sir.
Okay, what is anthracosis? What is anthracosis?
Sir,
Anthracosis.
anthracosis is due to coal dust, sir. Inhalation of coal dust or smoke.
What are the two types of anthracosis? First one is simple one and next one is progressive massive fibrosis. Okay. See,
Simple and massive.
see, among all these things, the main thing you should remember is, see, rigorous control measures. What are the rigorous control measures to prevent the dust? to prevent pneumoconiosis is first one substitution, next one is isolation hydroblasting, and next one is usage of personal protective equipments like masks and respirators, and the fourth one is good housekeeping. Last one is complete enclosure. See, these are the important things, and the next one is periodic examination of worker. See, these two things are important, and these two things are used for the prevention of pneumoconiosis. Okay. See, ఇప్పుడు బిసినోసిస్ లో కన్నా ఓకే బగసోసిస్ విహిత్ భార్గవి
సార్
భార్గవి విహిత్
సార్
okay విహిత్ see what is bagasosis?
Bagasosis sir. Inhalation of sugarcane dust sir.
Sugarcane dust. Okay. So what is the organism responsible for the bagasosis? If you inhale bagasse or sugarcane dust, other pathological agent is also there to destroy the lungs. Into the agent, what is the name? What is the fungi name?
Thermoactinomyces sir.
Okay. To destroy that, see what is the fungicide used for this? Fungicide against this Thermoactinomyces saccharine.
Telis sir.
Okay. Okay. Chandu. 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 Geeta Pavani. Geeta Pavani. Jnapika. Jnapika.
Yes, sir.
So what is the difference between asbestosis and silicosis? Asbestosis ki silicosis ki difference entandi?
In asbestosis, there are silicates of various compositions, sir.
See, pathologically I'm asking. See, I'm not asking about the composition. See, in asbestosis, see, silicosis lo meer X-ray lo see for mnemonic cheppanu. S for silicosis and S for snowstorm appearance. So you will see the snowstorm appearance in silicosis. Coming to asbestosis, there is a ground glass appearance. Okay, asbestosis will involve the basal parts of lung. Silicosis will involve the upper parts of lung. Silicosis lo nodular fibrosis untundi, asbestosis lo diffuse fibrosis untundi. So that is important. So again, repeat, Ms. Jnapika.
In silicosis, there is snowstorm appearance, and in asbestosis, there is ground glass appearance, sir.
Next one.
And in asbestosis, in X-ray, it is appeared in lower 2/3 of lung.
Okay, good. Silicosis lo?
Upper, sir.
Upper third. Okay, upper parts of lung involved होता है. Okay, diffused fibrosis. You can see diffuse fibrosis in which pneumoconiosis, asbestosis or silicosis?
Sir, I didn't get you, sir.
See, diffuse fibrosis దేంట్లో చూస్తాం, asbestosis or silicosis? Diffuse fibrosis, nodular okay. Diffuse fibrosis is present in asbestosis, nodular fibrosis in silicosis. Okay. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Next, coming to Siva. Siva Kokiligadda, roll number 55, I think. 55, Anna.
Sir, hello, sir.
Siva.
Sir. Good afternoon, sir. 117, sir.
Okay, sir. తెలియదులేండి ఇక్కడ అలాగే ఉంది. See, what is Farmer's lung? What is Farmer's lung? When the person will get Farmer's lung, ఏమి ఇన్హేల్ చేస్తే వస్తుంది Farmer's lung?
Hair or grain dust, sir?
Hair grain dust, grey dust. Okay. The moisture should be more than 30% and organism present in the mold hair or grain dust. Enti organism present in the mold hair or grain. Organism present in the mold hair or grain.
Sir.
Microspora, micropolyspora.
Micropolyspora, sir.
Okay.
Sir, 99.
See, what is next one? Rohit. Sushma.
Yes, sir.
See, what is lead poisoning, Andy? When you will say the lead poisoning, I mean absorption, normal range ఎంత ఉండాలి lead కి, absorption ఎంత ఉండాలి? So lead లో urine content in the lead ఎంత ఉంటే, then you will say that lead poisoning. Okay. What are normal levels of blood in body storage of lead?
150 to 400 milligrams, sir.
Good. Okay. Next. See, clinical symptoms. Clinical symptoms can be observed in the patient. Those who are suffering from lead poisoning only when the blood level will be more than dash. Pick up this blank. See, blood level intakana ekku unte, then you will say that the clinical symptoms of lead poisoning is present.
70 micrograms per deciliter, sir.
100 ml or deciliter. Okay, good. Next. Okay. Lead content in the urine should be more than dash. Then it indicates there is a lead poisoning or lead exposure.
0.8 milligrams per liter, sir. Over 0.8 milligrams.
Okay, it should be more than 0.8. Normal range is
0.2 to 0.8 milligrams.
Okay. See, coming to clinical picture, sensitive measure. What the next person? Rohit. Manasa.
Sir, yes, sir.
Manasa.
Sir,
Okay.
present. Yes, sir.
Okay. What are the modes of absorption of a lead? What is the most common method and what is the least common method? Modes of absorption of lead. See, first one is inhalation and the next one is ingestion and the least common is through skin. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Most sensitive method. Next. Devendra. Samba Sevarao.
Sir. Sir, then
What is basophilic stippling? Basophilic stippling of RBC. See, this is the sensitive method to there is an occurrence of lead poisoning. Sensitive method. This is basophilic stippling. What is basophilic stippling? మీరు ఏం చేస్తారు వీడియోస్ పక్కన పెట్టి వెళ్ళిపోతున్నారా ఏంటి? ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్ నుంచి చెప్తున్నాను నేను. బేసోఫిలిక్ స్టిప్లింగ్ ఈజ్ అ సెన్సిటివ్ మెథడ్. బేసోఫిలిక్ స్టిప్లింగ్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ presence of dark blue colored pinhead size spots in the cytoplasm of RBC. Dark blue colored pinhead size spots in the RBC. See, sensitive method. Acute poisoning lo ide. Chronic poisoning వచ్చేటప్పటికి presence of the absorption of lead in the bones. That is, we can see the chronic poisoning. Sensitive. Acute poisoning lo basophilic stippling చూస్తాం. Okay. And what is the compound responsible for the occurrence of Barthonian lines? Samsevrao. Compound responsible for the occurrence of Barthonian lines.
Let's sir.
Samsevrao.
Sir, present sir.
Cheppamma. Compound responsible for the occurrence of Barthonian lines.
Sir, let's sir.
Barthonian lines అంటే ఏంటి?
Gums में lead sulfide वाला sir.
Lead sulfide वाला. Thank you. Next one, Preeti.
Yes, sir.
Preeti.
Yes, sir.
Preeti, what is the screening test for lead poisoning, plumbism? Screening test for lead poisoning. See, sensitive test is presence of basophilic stippling.
Basophilic stippling.
Okay. And for acute poisoning also same test. For the chronic test is presence of opaque band, that is lead in the bones, right? See,
Yes, sir.
okay. If sensitive method,
CPU,
sensitive
sir.
method to test CPU. Okay, and in the urine. Okay. Okay, good. Other one is ALA, presence of, levels of ALA. If it is more than 5 milligrams per deciliter, 5 milligrams per liter, then we can say that person is exposed to lead, and there is a lead exposure occurs, and there is a lead absorption is there in the body. Okay. Last slides, last questions. Vamsi Chekuri.
Sir,
How are you?
fine, sir.
Okay. See how you will read the acute poisoning of lead, that is plumbism, acute plumbism. See antidote for plumbism and the antidote for lead enti.
సరిగ్గా గుర్తులేదు సార్.
It is anti-levisate and calcium disodium. See most on BAL.
సార్ అవును సార్, బ్రిటిష్ యాంటీ-లెవిసేట్.
Anti-levisate. See other methods to reduce to prevent to treat acute poisoning is gastric lavage okati and usage of demulcents, penicillin, calcium gluconate and peritoneal dialysis. Okay.
Okay sir. Okay sir.
Okay, good. Sirisha Pavan Vijita.
Yes, sir.
Vijita. Okay. See, what are the methods useful for the prevention of lead poisoning?
So using of PPEs.
Okay, good.
Removing
first one is
moisture.
See, listen, first approachable method is replace or substitute that particular toxic material.
Okay.
Next one is isolate if the toxic material is liberating from that process. For example, ఏదైనా process లో ఆ toxic lead fumes వస్తున్నాయి అనుకోండి, isolate in a particular chamber. Okay, next one is ventilation. Next one is PPE and good housekeeping. See, pneumoconiosis లో ఏ measures use చేస్తామో same measures, but then lead poisoning వచ్చేటప్పటికి particular గా PPEs లో usage of masks తో పాటు usage of gloves is also important, and hand washing before eating, and prohibition of eating in the working places, and these are the important things. Okay.
Okay sir.
Thank you Andy. And class is over, please get relaxed. Thank you.
Thank you sir.